and welcome to Hudson Valley Knits. I am Amy, and I am Memers on Ravelry and Memers66 on Instagram and Twitter. Welcome. It is Sunday, April 5th. It's Easter. So if you celebrate Easter, I hope you're having a wonderful time with your family. I am upstate at my mother's, and there are a lot of people here, so I apologize for any noise in the background. It was impossible to get complete quiet, but I did promise I would podcast today, so here I am. I promised you a lot of finished objects, and I actually only have one. But it's a really fun story if you want to hear it. So let me start. I'll start with the whips, okay? So I have, oh, here it is. Let's see what we got. I don't have a lot of whips going on. I have my lefty shawl coming along here. I really love these colors. So this is made with Miss Babs Yummy. It's one of her kits. I have still not memorized the leaf, although I'm sure I could if I set my mind to it. That would make this a totally mindless knit. And I wish it were more mindless so I could take it to the movies, but I do have my mindless vanilla socks on the needles, which is fine. Let me show you that. I am almost done with the heel on the first sock. So let me get these out. This is my Jan Smiley canoe bag I love. So I'm doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel. And I'm almost done with the heel. Not quite though. And this is with, here's the rest of the yarn, just so you can see the beautiful colors.
All right, Bobby, so keep in touch, let me know what happens.
Right. And this is Crazy Zobber Ball. And for colors, they just do, numbers, but you can see the color number down there. It is 2092. And that is all. Oh no, I have one more that is technically still a whip. Well, that is absolutely still a whip. I showed you last week my ice shanty sweater, and if you follow me on Instagram, I was I had some problems with it. Last week I told you that I would probably be wearing it today, and I'm not. And the reason I'm not is I had seamed it all together, and when I put it on, it was way too short. And I'm gonna put some pictures in here so you can see. I have like a clip that my husband took of me wearing it, and I talk about what I'm going to do.
So this is the sweater.
Alright, stand back. So, I don't like it. It should be like down to here, and halfway down my butt in the back. And I got gauge, and I don't know if it kind of shrunk up after blocking or what, but it's not long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the back, and I'm going to put that here all the way down, and then I'm going to do sweater surgery. I'm going to pick up the stitches on the bottom, pick up the stitches on the top, and cut in between them, and then I'm going to knit like 3 more inches in the back, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom of the pocket. I'm going to cut, knit 3 more inches, and so I'll have 3 more inches down here, and then I'll reseam it, because I gotta like it. I can't not like it. So here it is, guys. 4. I mean, look at it's like a belly shirt. I feel like I'm in the 90s. Well, I don't have the figure for it anymore, so it's gotta change. All right, that's it.
Ta-da!
Take a picture. for Instagram. It is. I took advantage of a craftsy class by Carol Feller called Sweater Surgery. And I watched the lessons and I took her instructions and I did some sweater surgery on my ice shanty. And don't be feeling bad, because I really kind of enjoy doing this kind of stuff. So I had all but the shawl like collar sewn together, and what I did first was in the back it's supposed to come down to the middle of your bum, and you'll see when I insert the video how far down it comes. So what I did is I cut the bottom right above the rib border, and I picked up the stitches and I knit about, you can see there's the line where I picked up, I knit about 5 inches and then a new ribbed border. Now what I did was, and I was thinking about this too after I knit this, there was a lot of seaming that I think I could have done away with. So the back, the panel, you can see right here, is knit in 2 pieces and seamed together, and there's my seam. But when I picked up the stitches, I'm like, why should I do that? So I just knit it all in 1 piece. And I know that Amy Miller probably did this because there's some shaping. But if you're clever, and most of you are, you can do it without having to sew 2 pieces together. What I would do, it would make a very long piece, so if you messed up, there would be more to fry. But I would knit the front and the back together, all in 1 piece, rather than seam them together. And then in the middle, you would have to do some shaping. That being said, I added that, and now I went to the front. And in the front, there's a front panel and like a V-neck, and then you have the pocket. I unseamed and took the pocket off, so here's the pocket. And I picked up, here's the 2 quote-unquote neck panels. You can see they're sewn together there, right there. And then they're sewn together at the top, grafted. This is the beginning of them, and then you knit each panel separately, and then at the end you graft them. So again, I cut it and I picked up stitches, and you can tell here because the new color is a lot darker than the main color here, but I did not knit in 2 pieces. And I am in the midst of adding some length to the front now. Let me put this on real quick. So there's no sleeves per se because, and I'm sorry if the mic is hitting this. I'm not even sure if the mic is working. But let me show you. I'm gonna pan this out. So here's the front. Now you can see, you have to imagine, wait, the pockets get sewn to this, right? Right? And then the back comes up and gets sewn to the edge of the pocket. And then I'm going to have like a little gap here, and I'm going to have to sew them together. But here's the back now. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. But I'm going to have the pocket come down to about here. So I have about 2 more inches to go. And that's the ice shanty. So, like I said, I don't mind doing stuff like this. I really kind of enjoy it. Taking things apart, fixing them. I like them to be perfect.
Where are you, Joe?
And, oh, sorry, that's my pa.
Listen, you gotta get me a
Hopefully next week,
download about Amazon. Yeah.
hopefully next podcast, I will definitely for sure be wearing it. We'll see.
All right, great.
A little more seaming to go and a little more knitting, but it's going to be a busy week, so I don't know.
What, hon?
So,
I got to go back again.
sorry, everybody's yelling. Anyway, I do have one finished object, and that's my mashed socks.
Call Joey Harrison.
Here they are. I did wear them once, but I really love how they came out. I'm actually made them a little loose, but they're still good. And one is a little longer than the other, and it's really pretty much because I did the foot too long on one of them, but it's alright. I like it. I like the sock yarn, and I will say that I didn't enjoy the knitting the pattern as much. I think they're beautiful, and the pattern's beautiful, and it's well written. There's so many twisted stitches and stuff, and it just was not easily memorizable. And I just kind of felt at the end that I probably wouldn't have picked it if I knew kind of how finicky the it would be to knit. And like I said, it's not like any diss on the pattern. It's just I didn't have fun doing the twisted stitches and that sort of thing. So that being said, I'm happy with the end result. All right. So spinning wise, I also have a whip and a finished object. I have been, for quite some time, spinning some ponies from Gourmet Stash that I got for Christmas on my Bosworth spindle. And I had finished both ounces last week, but I had not plied them. And I have plied them. So this is made with Gourmet Stash ponies, 30% superfine merino, 30% yak, 30% silk, 5% merino, and 3% sari silk, and 1% Angelina. In my opinion, she could have just as well left the Angelina out because it's so minimal you can't even notice it. It's just kind of like, yeah, okay, you put some in, but not really. I am not 100% pleased with this, and I should have really learned. I just cannot spin silk. Anything that has a large amount of silk in it, I don't spin very well. And it was such a pain to draft, and I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, but this is what happens with me when I try and spin silk, especially on a spindle. It is better on a wheel, but I get these sections where I just can't draft them well, and it's like you can't pull it apart, and I'm struggling with it. I love all the little pieces of sari silk in it, but I don't like the silk. And look at this. I didn't enjoy it, and I wonder how this is going to hold up. You know, it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it. So I think the rest of the ponies that I got from Gourmet Stash, I'm going to spin on my wheel. And I'll make the most of this. I have about 300 yards of a kind of fingering weight in some spots and DK in others. This is what I do love. See this? Little pieces of sari silk, little nubs of sari silk throughout, make it so beautiful. But really the colors get lost, and it looks, other than the sari silk, it just looks like gray and white. And I thought they would be much more colorful. So here's a big chunk of silk where you can see. I just could not get it to draft. So you can see the inconsistency. Like, look how thin this is. And then look at this, because I couldn't get it to draft. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's not enough really to make something with by itself, so I'll probably combine it with another yarn and make some kind of very pretty cowl. The fiber is luxurious, and perhaps it's my own skill set. I'm not particularly good, like I said, and with silk, and I've never spun anything like yak before. So it just, like I said, didn't come out the way I would have liked. So that's it. 2 ounces of gourmet stash done, and the rest will be done on the wheel for sure. Speaking of ponies, though, let me put this away. I started spinning some ponies from On the Round. Now, if you're not aware, On the Round has opened a new shop. She closed her Etsy shop, and she now has a shop at ontheround.com. And I'm not sure that these, okay, so she didn't put anything on the card. Well, here's her shop name. Her name is Rachel. She's from Maine. And she makes wonderful ponies as well. So these are absolutely delightful to spin on my Bosworth. And that's exactly what I'm doing. It's New Zealand wool. It's like, reminds me of Shetland. It's very, very hairy, for lack of a better description. This is going to be perfect for some color work, and I can use this with some leftover Shetland wool that I have, and I can definitely make some beautiful color work accents on something. And then I was thinking I could use it for color work sections on a cowl, or as wristbands on mittens, and then knit the rest of it with a different yarn. No problem. It's drafting beautifully. It's just really a pleasure. It's consistent, and it's just plain wool. So yeah, that's what I'm spinning now. Loving it. Really, really enjoying it. Now I bought 2 ounces. I have the first ounce here with me to show you, and it's just multicolored. I think I showed you this a couple of weeks ago. Let me take it out. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to apply this up. I have one more pony of that wheat yellow color, and then there's some of this beautiful teal. And then there's this gorgeous red. This is really deep, rich red. And then we have some lavender purple. Some midnight blue. You can see she has some other colors accenting it. And then this is kind of like another neutrally background color, kind of like a brownish mauve-y color. And I have another bag with all the same colors in it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it as a single ply. You can see how thin it is, right? Should I leave it as a single, or should I 2-ply it? I'm not sure. So we will see where we go with this. I haven't decided yet. I really haven't decided. It's not going to be a lot of each color, but I'll have enough that I can really do some really beautiful creative color work with it. Very excited about it. But I think I will ply each color up separately and leave them as separate little skeins. What do you think? Instead of making all the colors in one yarn. And this way I can use them for color work. All right. So that is my spinning. Now, I have a couple of important announcements to make, important things to talk about. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's posting their goals for the 2015 goals contest. And I have a pretty good idea of some of the prizes I'm going to use now for that.
Hey, it's my mom.
Joey, I'm recording. My boy. You want to come say hi to the knitter ladies?
Nah.
Nah? So anyway, I will be posting the prizes for that soon, so you all can see what's up for grabs. The other thing I wanted to say is in regards to the senior love-along. I haven't talked about that in a while, and I had mentioned that the woman I had been working with stopped working there and left me a name, and that person asked me to wait a while until someone was hired to fill the position. Well, I called her again, and apparently no one has been hired yet still. But she said she did look into it, and it looks like I'm going to need to fill out paperwork to be an official volunteer, and I will need to take I guess a certification course to become a volunteer there. And the main reason for that, she said, is just to protect their privacy, and she did confirm that I would need to take the volunteer program because I'm organizing this, but none of you would have to do anything like that. So I'm going to look into doing that, so at least I have some direction now, and as soon as I complete that, then maybe I can get the names out to all of you so that you can start writing letters. So I'm really, really excited about that. And again, for this as well, I'll post some pictures of prizes really soon. So, and then on that note, I would like to bring up again, I am doing the washcloths for the senior level on this year. So if you would like to crochet or knit a washcloth for our seniors at the VA nursing home in Montrose, please feel free. The only requirement is that they are 100% cotton. And then the final announcement is I am going to have a virtual knit night next Saturday, the 11th, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I have posted a Google Hangout link already in the virtual knitting thread on my Ravelry group, so please check it out and sign up if you would like to join us. I know that Moms with Yarn, Sharon from Moms with Yarn will be there, and I think Emily from Knitting Butterflies will be there, and there's a few other people signed up. So there could only be up to 10 people in a Google Hangout, so make sure you sign up soon and hold your spot. And that is it. It's been only 20 minutes, but I do want to get back to being with my family. So I wish you all a happy Easter, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao for now. Decided, because I've never done this before, that I'm going to test it on this little itty bitty swatch I have here from a little swatching I was going to do. And just to get a feel for it. So I have my super sharp scissors. And what Carol does is she tells you to take one of these, and that's what I'm going to do, and you kind of mark one of the stitches where you want to start. Right, there's your start. I'm trying to get this in here. Yeah, let's do that there. Okay. And you essentially snip the right, snip the right leg of one of your stitches, like that. And then you take like a double pointed needle, or the needle you're going to insert, and you wait until you take this out so that you get a free stitch. And here on this is my first restitch. Looks like I have, okay, yeah. So I think you get the gist of it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing the actual surgery on my sweater. So you can see it works pretty well, and you can see here on the other side too, I'd probably very easily be able to salvage the other part of my sweater if I should so desire. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do the first snip. Here goes nothing. Dun 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 dun. Got my extra Sharpie scissors. Cut it right now. It's done. It's done. Okay. Let's not get too much junk over here. Hold on. Whew. Boy, that didn't feel good. Trying to find where the end is to get it in. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so I think this is going to be my first stitch that I'm going to pick up right here. And then the next one. This one, and then just keep going. So I am going to do this across very many stitches, so I'm going to stop recording here and we'll look at it when I'm done. Alright, so I just wanted to kind of give you a little update. I took the hem off of one of the panels at the bottom, and I've already started the second one. So you can see I got most of the stitches on the needle. I'm not sure about this one section here though. I'll show you. So here you can see is where originally it was 2 panels, and you can see my seaming on the other side. Here's what's left of the yarn for the other panel, enough for me to weave in if I need to. And then I think I made a blunder. So where I cut the yarn on the other side, if you see, I really didn't, I'm not sure why I have this. This should be, I don't even know, it's in a knot. And I'm not sure if I snipped it in the right place. So I'm a little worried about that, and this is certainly not much to weave in. So anyway, this is the second panel, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to knit it together like that.